The morning sun cast long shadows across the busy Seoul street as Jay walked briskly, his leather messenger bag swinging at his side. Steam rose from the coffee cup in his right hand, the rich aroma mixing with the city's morning sounds. Car, horns, street vendors, and the distant rumble of subway trains. Yuna was running late. Her design project deadline loomed, and her mind was racing faster than her feet. She clutched her tablet tightly, her eyes darting between her phone's screen and the crowded sidewalk ahead. A text from her boss flickered with urgent red notifications. Their eye. Paths converged at the busiest intersection near Gangnam Station. Neither saw the other coming. In a split second of momentum and distraction, they collided. Hot coffee exploded between them, splattering Jay's crisp white shirt and Yuna's carefully pressed blue blazer. "Oh no," Yuna gasped, her tablet miraculously saved from the coffee disaster. Dark brown liquid spread across the concrete, creating a small steaming puddle. Jay stood frozen, coffee dripping from his shirt collar. For a moment, embarrassment painted his cheeks red. He was always so careful, always so organized. This moment of chaos felt surreal. "I'm so sorry," he stammered, pulling several tissues from his bag. "Are you okay?" Yuna couldn't help but laugh. Her carefully planned morning had just transformed into something completely unexpected. Her laughter was unexpected, a clear, bright sound that cut through the morning's tension. "Me? I should be asking you," she replied, wiping coffee from her sleeve. "You look like you've been in a coffee war." The surrounding pedestrians moved around them, a typical Seoul morning continuing its rhythm. Some gave annoyed glances, others barely noticed the small scene. Jay's embarrassment slowly melted into amusement. He looked down at his ruined shirt, and then back at Yuna. "I guess coffee and walking don't mix well." Yuna pulled out a pack of wet wipes from her bag, a habit born from years of working in design, where accidents could ruin important documents. She handed a few to Jay, helping him dab at the coffee stains. "I'm Yuna," she said, her initial stress replaced by a sense of unexpected connection. "Jay," he responded, dabbing at his shirt. "I work in marketing just a few blocks from here." The morning's chaos had created something unique, a moment of genuine human connection in a city often characterized by its fast-paced, impersonal nature. Their brief encounter felt like more than just an accidental collision. A nearby convenience store provided paper towels. They cleaned up together, exchanging apologetic smiles and small jokes about their coffee-stained morning. Strangers just moments ago, they now shared a small, silly moment of urban life. "I should probably change," Jay said, looking down at his shirt. "This is definitely not office appropriate." Yuna checked her watch. Her deadline suddenly seemed less pressing. "There's a clothing store just around the corner. Want me to help you find a replacement?" Her offer was simple, kind, a gesture that went beyond the typical Seoul interaction of polite distance. Jay hesitated, then nodded. As they walked, the morning's energy shifted. What had started as a clumsy collision transformed into something unexpected. The city continued its rhythm around them, cars honking, people rushing, the endless pulse of urban life. Neither Jay nor Yuna knew it then, but this random moment would change everything. A spilled coffee, a shared laugh, and a brief walk would become the first chapter of something much larger. The clothing store's bell chimed as they entered, marking the beginning of an unexpected journey. The towering glass building of Seoul Digital Media Corporation gleamed in the morning sunlight. Jay walked through the lobby, his new shirt a reminder of that unexpected morning encounter. He pressed the elevator button, his mind drifting between project proposals and the brief moment with Yuna. As the elevator doors opened on the 5th floor, a familiar face caught his attention. Yuna stood near the graphic design department, pinning sketches to a large whiteboard. Her movements were precise, each sketch placed with careful consideration. Their eyes met, a spark of recognition, a shared smile. "Hey!" Jay called out, surprising himself with his own boldness. "Didn't expect to see you here." Yuna turned, her surprise matching his. "Small world," she replied, her fingers still holding a design marker. "Marketing department, right?" The office buzzed around them. Computers hummed, phones rang, and colleagues moved between desks. But for a moment, they existed in their own small bubble of unexpected connection. Jay's team was working on a major advertising campaign for a tech startup. Yuna's design team needed visual concepts for the same client. Their professional worlds suddenly overlapped in the most unexpected way. During lunch, they found themselves sharing a small table in the company cafeteria. Sunlight streamed through large windows, casting warm light on their trays of typical Korean office lunch, rice, various side dishes, and steaming soup. "So, you're the creative mind behind those design concepts?" Jay asked, picking at his kimchi. Yuna laughed. "More like the person who makes sure the crazy ideas look good on paper." Her sketchbook lay open, filled with intricate design drafts. Their conversation flowed easily. Jay talked about his marketing strategies, his dream of starting his own agency. Yuna shared her passion for digital art, her journey from a small design school to this corporate world. Days turned into weeks. Their elevator encounters became longer. Morning coffee runs became shared moments. The initial awkward collision transformed into something more comfortable, more familiar. Their colleagues started noticing. Min from accounting would smile knowingly when they passed each other. Sarah from HR raised an eyebrow during team meetings, watching their easy interactions. One afternoon, a challenging project landed on both their desks. The tech startup needed a complete rebranding, marketing strategy, and visual identity. Their departments were expected to collaborate. "We make a good team," Yuna said one evening, spreading design drafts across a conference room table. Marker lines, digital mock-ups, and strategy notes created a complex landscape of creativity. Jay studied her designs, his marketing brain already calculating potential audience responses. "Your designs are different," he observed, "not the typical corporate style." She appreciated his honest observation. Most colleagues would simply nod and agree. Jay offered genuine feedback, a perspective that went beyond surface-level politeness. Their professional partnership grew. Late nights at the office became common. They would order takeout, discuss concepts, challenge each other's ideas. The line between work collaboration and personal connection blurred. Outside work, they discovered shared interests. Both loved Korean indie music. Both enjoyed weekend hiking trails outside Seoul. Both carried dreams bigger than their current roles. Their colleagues watched with increasing curiosity. Two individuals who seemed perfectly matched yet completely different. Jay's structured marketing approach complemented Yuna's creative design perspective. The tech startup project became their shared baby. Long hours, intense discussions, moments of frustration, and bursts of incredible creativity. They were becoming more than just colleagues. As weeks passed, something was changing. Their connection grew deeper than a simple workplace relationship. Something unexpected was brewing, a connection that went beyond professional boundaries. The office watched. The city of Seoul continued its relentless pace. And Jay and Yuna moved forward, unaware of the journey that awaited them. Their story was just beginning. The autumn wind swept through Seoul, painting the city in golden and red hues. Jay and Yuna's friendship had grown beyond casual workplace interactions. Their lunch breaks became sacred time, a moment of connection in their busy corporate world. One crisp afternoon, they discovered a small cafe tucked away in a quiet street near their office. Wooden tables, soft music, and the smell of fresh coffee created a perfect escape from their daily routine. "My grandmother taught me digital art," Yuna shared, her fingers tracing the rim of her coffee cup. Soft sunlight highlighted the vulnerability in her eyes. "She was a traditional painter, but always encouraged me to explore modern techniques." Jay listened intently. He appreciated how she could transform personal stories into visual narratives. Her passion wasn't just about creating designs, but about preserving memories and emotions. Their conversations expanded beyond work. Jay spoke about his family's small restaurant in Busan, how watching his parents work hard inspired his entrepreneurial dreams. Yuna understood the weight of family expectations, the delicate balance between personal ambitions and traditional family hopes. Weekend hiking became their shared ritual, They explored trails outside Seoul, discovering hidden paths and quiet mountain villages. Their conversations flowed like the mountain streams, natural, unforced, revealing deeper layers of their personalities. During one hiking trip, Yuna twisted her ankle. Jay immediately became protective, helping her navigate down the mountain. His careful support revealed a gentler side beneath his professional exterior. "I can walk," Yuna insisted, but her wincing told a different story. Jay simply smiled. "Of course you can, but sometimes it's okay to accept help." Their work collaboration continued to impress their managers. The tech startup project became a benchmark for interdepartmental cooperation. What started as a simple assignment transformed into something extraordinary. Office dynamics shifted. Their colleagues noticed how they complemented each other. Where Jay was structured and analytical, Yuna brought creative spontaneity. Their differences became their greatest strength. Late one evening, working on project drafts, they discovered a shared love for underground Korean indie music. Yuna introduced Jay to bands he'd never heard. Jay created playlists that matched her design moods. Their friendship had layers: professional respect, personal understanding. A connection that went beyond simple workplace relationships. Birthdays became significant. Jay remembered Yuna's favorite green tea. Yuna knew exactly which vintage design books would make Jay happy. Small gestures that spoke volumes about their growing connection. Family backgrounds played a crucial role in understanding each other. Yuna's parents were traditional artists. Jay's family ran a modest restaurant. Both understood the delicate balance between personal dreams and family expectations. Their weekend adventures expanded, sometimes hiking, sometimes exploring hidden cafes, sometimes just walking through Seoul's diverse neighborhoods. Each experience added another layer to their friendship. Work challenges tested their connection. Difficult client meetings, project deadlines, unexpected design revisions. But they always found a way to support each other, to find creative solutions. Colleagues started betting on their relationship. Would they remain friends? Would something more develop? The office gossip mill worked overtime, but Jay and Yuna remained, wonderfully oblivious. Their connection was pure, untainted by external expectations or workplace politics. One rainy evening, stuck in the office during a massive project deadline, they ordered fried chicken and shared their deepest professional fears. Jay talked about his startup dreams. Yuna discussed her desire to create meaningful design that told stories. "We're more than just our jobs," Yuna said, her eyes reflecting city lights through the rain-covered window. Jay nodded. Their friendship had become a sanctuary, a space where professional ambitions and personal dreams could coexist. The city of Seoul continued its relentless rhythm. Millions of stories unfolded in its streets. But their story, Jay and Yuna's story, was just beginning to take shape. Friendship, connection, understanding. These were the threads weaving their unique narrative. The massive tech conference loomed like a challenge. Their startup client needed a complete rebranding strategy, and everything depended on Jay and Yuna's collaborative presentation. Tension built quickly. Jay's marketing approach felt rigid to Yuna. Her creative designs seemed too radical for his strategic mindset. What worked perfectly in smaller meetings now threatened to tear their professional relationship apart. "These designs are too abstract," Jay said, spreading concept boards across the conference room table. His finger traced design elements, highlighting potential marketing risks. Yuna's eyes flashed with frustrated determination. "Abstract doesn't mean ineffective," she countered, her voice carrying a sharp edge rarely heard before. Their team lead, Mr. Park, watched their interaction with growing concern. The startup's CEO would arrive in 3 days, expecting a revolutionary pitch that bridged creativity and market strategy. Late nights became their new normal. Takeout food scattered around, conference rooms, coffee cups piled up like silent witnesses to their intense discussions. Each disagreement revealed deeper layers of their working relationship. Jay's structured approach clashed with Yuna's intuitive design philosophy. He wanted measurable outcomes. She wanted emotional connection. Their differences became both their strength and their greatest weakness. One midnight, surrounded by design drafts and marketing reports, they reached a breaking point. Yuna's carefully constructed design concept seemed completely incompatible with Jay's market research. "This won't work," Jay said, frustration evident in his voice. "We're going in completely different directions." Yuna's response surprised him. Instead of becoming defensive, she sat down. "Tell me exactly why you think it won't work." Their conversation transformed. From argument to genuine collaboration, Jay explained market trends. Yuna listened, then offered creative solutions that addressed his concerns. Hours passed. Their initial conflict evolved into something profound. They weren't just solving a design problem, they were learning to understand each other's professional language. The startup's CEO arrived unexpectedly during their final preparation. His sharp eyes studied their presentation, moving between Jay's strategic slides and Yuna's innovative design concepts. "Interesting approach," he said, a slight smile playing on his lips. Their presentation became a delicate dance. Jay's market. Insights provided structure. Yuna's designs brought emotional depth. Where they once saw conflict, they now discovered harmony. Colleagues watched in amazement. What seemed like a potential professional disaster transformed into a masterclass of collaborative creativity. Mr. Park observed silently, recognizing something special happening between Jay and Yuna. Their ability to transform conflict into innovation was rare. The presentation lasted 2 hours. Every slide, every design element told a story. Their different perspectives became their greatest asset. Market strategy met creative vision in a way few expected. When the CEO finally spoke, the conference room fell silent. "This is exactly what we needed," he said. "Not just a marketing strategy, but a vision." Celebration followed. Their team erupted in applause. But for Jay and Yuna, the moment felt more personal than professional. They had discovered something profound. Their differences weren't weaknesses, they were complementary strengths. Late that night, after everyone left, they sat in the empty conference room. Exhaustion mixed with a sense of shared achievement. "We did it," Yuna said, her voice soft with relief. Jay smiled. Their journey wasn't just about a successful presentation. It was about understanding, compromise, and mutual respect. The city outside continued its endless dance. Lights flickered, traffic moved, but inside this room, something significant had changed. Their professional relationship had transformed. What started as a challenging collaboration had become a powerful partnership. The startup project was more than an assignment. It was a turning point for their careers, for their understanding of each other, and their story was far from over. Winter descended on Seoul, bringing crisp air and soft snowflakes. Jay and Yuna's professional success had opened unexpected doors. The startup project had become a landmark case in digital marketing and design collaboration. Recruitment offers started pouring in. International companies noticed their unique approach, but something whispered louder than corporate opportunities, their shared dream of creating something entirely their own. One cold evening, over steaming cups of green tea, they discussed a radical idea, a creative agency that would challenge traditional marketing and design boundaries. Their own startup. "We could do this," Yuna said, her eyes sparkling with possibilities. Sketches covered the cafe table, business model drafts, potential logo designs, strategic plans. Jay's analytical brain started calculating risks and potential investments, family savings, potential investor connections. Their combined skills could create something extraordinary. Their families were skeptical. Yuna's parents worried about financial stability. Jay's family remembered the challenges of entrepreneurship from their restaurant days. But something felt different this time. Months of planning followed. Late nights, endless discussions, careful financial calculations. They transformed their shared workspace into a mini startup headquarters. The first investor meeting happened in a small conference room they rented. Jay's marketing presentation complemented Yuna's design portfolio perfectly. They weren't just selling a service, they were selling a vision. Digital storytelling through design and strategy, Jay explained. Their pitch was unlike anything investors had seen before. Surprisingly, they secured initial funding, Not massive, but enough to transform their dream into reality. Their complementary skills became their strongest asset. Their first official office was tiny, a small space in a developing Seoul business district, second-hand furniture, borrowed equipment, but filled with incredible energy and shared dreams. Initial clients were small businesses, local restaurants, emerging tech startups. Each project became a building block of their growing reputation. Challenges arrived quickly: financial pressures, client expectations, long working hours, but they faced everything together. Their personal connection became their professional strength. Late one night, surrounded by design drafts and marketing reports, something shifted. Their professional partnership carried a deeper emotional connection. "We make a good team," Yuna said, her hand accidentally touching Jay's while reaching for a design marker. The moment felt significant, more than just professional collaboration. Something personal was emerging. Their first major project came unexpectedly, a national tourism campaign that would showcase Korea's digital creativity. Their unique approach caught government attention. Months of hard work followed. Sleepless nights, continuous revisions, supporting each other through incredible pressure. When the campaign launched, it became a national sensation. Their creative approach transformed how digital marketing was perceived in Korea. Media interviews followed. Magazine features highlighted their unique partnership. They became symbols of a new generation of creative professionals. Their personal relationship evolved alongside their professional journey. What started as a random coffee spill transformed into a powerful partnership. Family. Perspectives changed. Yuna's artist parents now saw the creative potential in their approach. Jay's family recognized their entrepreneurial spirit. 1 year after starting their agency, they realized they had created more than a business. They had created a new way of thinking about creativity and marketing. Their small team grew. Young designers and marketers wanted to be part of their vision. Their agency became more than a company. It was a movement. Seoul watched their journey, a testament to collaboration, creativity, and shared dreams. On a quiet evening, watching the city lights from their small office, they understood something profound. Their connection was never just about work. It was about creating something meaningful. Their story wasn't just about a successful startup. It was about two individuals who discovered something extraordinary in each other, a new beginning, a shared dream, a partnership that would change everything. The city continued its rhythm, but their story was just starting.